Hey everybody, welcome back to Jordan Samuel Skin Talks. How you doing? I think, let's see, it is the day after my birthday. So I'm now 39. Anyway, thanks for joining. Let's have some more tea. Okay, today we're not ranting. Well, no, we're not ranting. I have seen, and I get excited by it, but the light bulb still hasn't gone off for people. But people who, and I've talked about this before, maybe on Instagram, maybe here, but when a lot of people go on vacation, while you take a lot of skincare products, you really condense your routine down, and you're usually more consistent with a straight routine with certain products than you are when you're back home and have sort of a free-for-all. And people usually see benefits in their skin. Of course, there's the whole component, which is also very important and something to think about, of rest and relaxation, reduction in stress, maybe walking around a little bit more, movement, being outside, exercise. All those things factor in hugely. So that's a whole separate thing, which maybe I should do that, but anyway. But this is going to be about why a simple routine works. And I've seen so many people be like, oh my God, and this is like awful. I don't wish this on anybody, but people who maybe have been very sick, maybe were in the hospital for one reason or another, and they just couldn't get to a basic routine, or couldn't get to really a routine at all, and they were lightly cleansing their face with, water and a washcloth, putting light moisturizer on, and then after 2 weeks, their skin was amazing. That does not go for everybody. I'm not trying to blanket statement that. These are just comments I've seen, and people have seen, like, I wonder why. And to me, I know why. And most of it is they probably simply were doing too much prior. And now, and granted, it doesn't have to be that simple and that easy, but a gentle, simple routine does work. Narita Joy and I have talked about that in our acid video. While you do want to add in acids, right? They're amazing. They remove dry, dead cells. They stimulate fibroblast cells. They create that thicker, healthier dermal layer. That's going to be different for everybody. It could be a cleansing product with an acid, so it's not a leave-on product. It could be a little bit stronger, like of a mask, or something like an exfoliate product from Kate Somerville. Or it could be a leave-on serum or a leave-on cream if your skin can tolerate that. Not everybody's can. But because we all are just striving for that specifically, or the retinol specifically, or the higher percentages specifically, and we have all these brands throwing the higher percentages at us, which I'm of course against. I just think it's putting things into people's hands which maybe don't need to be in their hands, because as a professional we would use them very differently and very sparingly, and so I'm not a big fan of that. But then they go to a simple routine and their skin's actually recovering. Maybe their skin has been irritated, inflamed, maybe there was a ton of transepidermal water loss, maybe there was surface dryness, surface dehydration, irritation, inflammation, broken down barrier, all the things, yada, 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 breakouts. And then when they sort of stop that, go into the gentle routine of gentle cleansing, not over stripping, not over drying, good moisturizers, but lacking the actives, their skin really picks back up. And I think if I was having this conversation 20, 25, 30 years ago, it wouldn't really make any sense. Most of us are probably on more of a straight, streamlined routine. And now with these actives entering the market and going over the counter and becoming readily available and getting into people's hands who maybe haven't understood the products, it gets really tricky and really dangerous. And so now this going back to sort of a gentle approach is eye-opening. But at the cornerstone, good, gentle cleansing. A non-foaming, non-stripping, non-dehydrating gentle cleanser is going to remove SPF, dirt, oil, grime, create this perfect, lovely slate, hydrated slate that is ready to receive certain lovely ingredients, something like a hyaluronic acid, sodium hyaluronate, antioxidants, helping to sort of prevent any further damage or breakdown of the skin. I always call it the insurance policy, wearing an antioxidant, excuse me, under your SPF. It's not something, might lighten and brighten the skin lightly. It's not something that you definitely see like a huge result from, but I just love always having it there. And then SPF, right? SPF, we know that is the preventative aging sort of medicine. It's not medicine. But it is preventing the breakdown of collagen in the skin. It is helping keeping the skin tone even, So we're not getting pigmentation, we're not getting redness, we're not getting extended capillaries. Find a great SPF that works for you, an antioxidant underneath that, hydrating ingredients, gentle cleansing at night, a lovely moisturizer, maybe with some peptides, but just very gentle and straightforward. Ideally, no fragrance, no essential oils, nothing that's going to potentially irritate or exacerbate certain skin conditions, but a gentle skincare routine can really reset your skin. Like I said, maybe there's just, the skin has been stripped and over exfoliated and transepidermal water loss is speeding up. You know, we always want a little bit of transepidermal water loss, of course, otherwise the skin would just swell to enormous proportions and be odd. But maybe it's exacerbated so much and there's tons of surface dryness and surface dehydration and irritation and inflammation and breakouts, and we just need to reset it. And so Narada and I talk about this in our acid video. Sorry, this was a loop that I'm going back to like 5 minutes ago. But when we want to get clients on acids, if they are coming in saying they want to be on acids or they are on acids or retinol, but their skin is just, it's red and ruddy and uneven, they need to be taken off of all of that and put on a basic routine. And Narada and I cover that in that video, maybe part 1 or part 2, and really do that for months, actually, not weeks, months, and really build that skin back up. Something like Jordan Samuel Skin Hydrate Facial Serum, the Cero Antioxidante from Jordan Samuel Skin, the Flavonoid Complex from Rejuvi, gentle cleansers like the Matinee Gel Cleanser or the After Show Treatment Cleanser for sensitive skin. You know, something that's going to just be really nice and light, a great zinc-based SPF, maybe something like Josh Rosebrook, Nutrient Day Cream, or any of my favorites from Supergoop, and stay on that because, you know, you're doing your skin a lot of good. You're resetting it, you're protecting it from the sun, you're feeding it antioxidants, it's, you know, it's anti-inflammatory as well, it's hydrating, it's nourishing, and then you go in with the acids. But there really is something to a lovely, straightforward, gentle routine, and I can't encourage that enough. So if you're somebody who hasn't really seen improvement with actives and maybe skin has gotten worse, I would suggest going back and looking at a gentle routine and seeing what that can do for you and doing it for a good month, 2 months, and then peppering acids one at a time. Maybe, you know, a light acid, maybe an exfoliating mask, then possibly a retinol. And again, this goes back to what I'm saying about using one product at a time and all of those things. Baby steps, slow and steady, always will win the race. I promise you. Happy March 18th, the day after my birthday. I hope that helps. I hope you actually enjoy that and take that to heart because that is something I have learned. I've learned the hard way and my skin does so much better with a really gentle routine and little things peppered in here and there. I know my business partners does as well. But anyway, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.